Alright, let's get this started, I guess. So first things first, you have to make sure you name roll ABWX. It's really important later on. Alright, there's a quick thing about dialogue. Every input from every button counts. So if you hit C, B, and A separately, it all counts. So you'll be able to go through dialogue really quickly. What I tend to do is have my thumb hit B and C and use my other hand's index finger to do A. Alright, so what we need to do first here is we need to unequip Rolf. There's two ways you can do this. You can either walk towards where you need to go, which is the storage place, and drop the items like this. The other way you can do it is to go over here and sell it. But that's actually a bit slower. It really depends on what you'd rather do, because you can do your shopping in 2 trips or 1 trip. Obviously 1 trip is faster. So. If you are going to do it by just simply dropping items, make sure to move first and then open up the menu, because that'll save a little bit of time. So you pretty much just like that. So once he's got an empty inventory, you can go into a storage place and start up the inventory glitch. So the way this works is you have to select somebody who does have items still. So in this case, at the beginning it's Nay. Go in there, we cancel out. And at this, we see a blank screen. What we have to do is go up, because that's where the next button is. And we go into the next section of the inventory. From here you can take out anything you want. You can go down here, you can take out a Laconia Met, or go down to the status values, whatever you want. I personally go above the next button to a slot 0, and then I take key 2. You don't pick it up because we still have to do this later. What's up, Tag? How's it going, man? Alright, so this is where we're going to do the first inventory glitch. It's pretty simple. Go into Rolf's inventory and go down to slot 16, which is the last one that's actually the normal inventory. Below this is the status values. This is the value above Rolf's name. The ones below that are Rolf's name, and then the stuff below Rolf's name, and so on and so forth. So we start at slot 16. And what we need to get to is Nay's defense. So what we need to do is go down 40 to slot 56. So that's what we're going to do. And we get a moon dew from that. You can see Nay's defense is 0 right now, because we took away the value. And she's got the moon dew. So what we can do here, simply toss the carbon vest. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to save first here. So what we do next is we toss the carbon vest, and that Met underflows her defense. Well, it should anyways. Can't really see it right now. Then we go back down. And that gives us tame. And then additionally, for the rest of we need to get the Nay shot. To do that, we just get rid of all the rest of her equipment, which underflows it again. And we go down to slot 56 yet again. There we go. We got all the items we need for Nay. I'm gonna rewind a bit here. So we got the carbon vest and everything. pretty safe to do this, just toss this. If you want to be safe, like you're not really confident that you're gonna finish the run because Dark Force is gonna fuck you over or something like that. Doing a marathon run, anything like that, you can do something that'll make that a lot safer. It's pretty simple. Instead of going down to slot 56, you go down to slot 46. That's the agility value for Nay. You get a jewel crown. You go, and you can't just toss this away. It doesn't work like that. You have to unequip her sands. Then we go back down to slot 46. And there we go. We get the Visitone. That allows you to save anywhere. Normally, you'd have to have sheer steal that from actually this building here. And then we can continue on as normal. Let's get rid of all this stuff. You don't really need it. As well, I'll probably get rid of the Jewel Crown because you need as much inventory space as you can on Nay. And then we just continue on, and we get the Nay shot. Perfect. When we do the big glitching, I'll let you guys know about the technique you can use. At least the technique I use to navigate the unseeable inventory. Okay. So what you want to do here is first go and sell next, and then go to the first value that's underneath the actual inventory. That's slot 17. And because no values, which is what's above Rolf's name here, and that's slot 17. That's Laconia Met, and that's pretty expensive stuff, so we can sell that to get 1,500 Nasar or 15,000 Nasar. When you do that, the shop becomes a little bit weird. So instead of selecting buy and sell like it is down here, it selects ABWX and Nay. However, it's still the same. ABWX is buy, Nay is sell. So what you want to do is simply go hit A again because we need to buy 2 telepipes, give them to Nay, and 4 escapipes. That's all we need to do. And that takes care of pretty much all the shopping besides the extra stuff we have to go to Upata. And that's it. Okay. So now we're ready to go out. There's 2 ways you can do this. The way I prefer to do it is not giving Nay any kind of weapons or anything like that, and simply going and running from encounters. It's a little bit trickier, I guess, because sometimes you can get counters you can't run from, or at least are hard to run from. These would be like double froggies and some of the stuff closer to Opata. But generally, you'll be able to run away in 1 or 2 turns. It's pretty simple. But if you do want to be safe, you're doing a marathon run or whatever, just go up here and buy 2 steel bars for Nay and have her attack. Very simple. You can also switch Rolf to shooting out foils. Okay. What we need to do is go over here to Arima first, because we need to get Rudo. So you can see that while Rolf took damage, Nay didn't. That's because we've underflowed her defense. It's about, I think it's like 61,000 right now. So pretty much nothing in the game can touch her except for Tex and Bix damage attacks. So all we need to do here is just simply enter and leave. And instead of going a long way around, we can actually enter this pipe from this side. So this is a bit of a glitch. It doesn't really do anything, but if you press forward and A at the same time you enter this place, you can move around a bit. If you go and leave, you lose tame, and that's pretty much a game over. But you can do silly stuff like you can go up to the top and lay out the cutscene up here. It's not faster, it's just interesting. Okay, now we just have to go over to Opita, because that's where we get Amy. So like I said, only fixed damage attacks can do that, and Froggy does have one. Let's say fast forward. Okay. So obviously stuff like that can happen. But like I said, if you want to be safe, just equip some steel bars and be able to get out of there. Okay. So all we have to do there again is just enter and exit. And after that, we just teleport right to Paseo again. Alright, so now we need to get the rest of our inventory. Or the rest of our party members, I guess. For the glitched inventory. To do that, you don't want to put anybody in the party or anything like that until after Amy joins up. In addition, you have to skip past naming them. So to do that, it's really simple. Just go through the dialogue by hitting B and C, or B and A and B, whatever. And I'll go through it and it'll cancel everything. Do that at the beginning for Amy as well, just to get past that, and then go to reorganize and put them both in your party. So we want to glitch out Rudo's inventory like we did before. So do it the same way, go A and then B. Item, Rudo, toss. Moving forward every time. There we go, now we're set up. So we can just select Rolf here because he has the glitch inventory. Nothing will go wrong, and we go to Rudo and back down here. So we go back to slot 16, and what I like to do, just for safety measures, is to get a red card. You can also get a yellow card or whatever the hell else you want. But I personally prefer getting the red card just in case things go bad with the level, because you need specific levels, but there's more on that in a bit. So what you want to do, at least what I do, is go down to Amy's luck stat. So to do that, we have to go down to slot 48. So that's down 32 from here. I guess I'll talk about how I navigate through here. So pretty much this is slot 16, the one I'm highlighting right now. Like 90% of the stuff that you're gonna do is like slot 36, slot 46, slot 56. So it makes it really easy. You just have to count by 10s or to 40 or 30 or whatever you want to do. I personally count by 10s, and that's how I do it. I mean, whatever works for you, do that instead. I mean, you'll figure it out. So anyways, I have to go down 32 from here. So that's pretty simple. Okay. Now we have to take these. YouTube, give it to Nay. I guess I'll talk a little bit about why that works. Because you have an empty inventory, and for whatever reason, once you select somebody who does have an inventory and then go in there, it shows your null inventory. The way you get the actual glitch inventory is you take an item out. So it takes it from being 0 and goes to 256 or 255. I can't remember what it is. And that allows you to access pretty much stat values, character values, stuff like that. And that's the basis for the run. Alright, so once we go back to Opita here, we have to buy a fiber gear, give it to Amy. We also have to buy 2 ceramic knives. This is for inventory glitching to get the rest of the Nay items to beat the game. We also buy ceramic bars here for Nay. This inventory can be really tricky. You really don't want people who have glitched inventories to get more items, because if you fill them back up, they'll no longer have a glitched inventory. So at the beginning, I took away 4 status values from ABWX's inventory. So if I give him 4 more items, he's going to be back to having a normal inventory again, and that's no good. I think I bought too many ceramic knives there, so I lost my train of thought. Nope. Okay, we're good. Anyways, so yeah, we got all that, but the first thing we need to do before we start doing the big Nay shenanigans, inventory glitching, we simply just have to go into ABWX's. And like I said before, this is the values above his name, so this is 17, 18, 19, and 20. What we want to do is go to his actual character values, so the A, B, W, and X. Those are really important because they actually are Nay items. So I'll go down to 20 here, or 21, and I'll give it to Nay. So that's the name. Let's go down here, go down 2, and give the Nay crown to Amy. Down 3, give it to Nay. Down 4, and give the other one to Amy. It's pretty much you just alternate between the two because Amy needs those 2 items to actually do the inventory glitching. And because we do an equip glitch later with Rudo, and Nay already has the Nay shot, we just give her the Nay armor, and that's that. Alright, so this is the big glitch. What you need to do is you need to equip specific things on Amy to get her defense value to what we need to get the rest of the Nay items and a Storm Gear. Storm Gear is just for damage, because we do have to fight some battles and stuff, because running away in this game is pretty much impossible, because it's based on, I think, level difference, but that's just pure speculation on my part. Alright, so for the first one, you have to do these in consecutive order, so this one first, then the next one, then the next one, then the next one, because that's the only way it works. Okay, so for the first one, we have to have a Nay cape, fiber gear, and 2 ceramic knives. You can leave the shoes on. And we get 109 defense, which is what we need. So we go into Rudo's inventory here, and just like before in Paseo at the beginning, we have to go down to the defense slot, which is 46, or 56 rather. So, like I said, I count by 10, so you just do count by 10 4 times, and there you got the defense value. I messed that up. Give all of the Nay stuff that you get, besides the Nay Met, Nay Armor, and Nay Shot, to Amy. This is merely because I find it more beneficial to have Nay with all of the cards when you get them. It's just easier to remember and navigate the menus and stuff like that. Anyways, okay, so that was the first one. That was a success. So Amy's defense is at 0. So we're going to underflow that by putting on a carbon suit, and then you're putting on a Nay crown. And that'll give us the correct value. I mean, it's not going to show it here. Maybe it will. Okay, there we go. We need to be at that square and 92 for the next segment here. So we do this again. Go down to the defense value, slot 56. And give it to Amy. So there's a Nay shield. So we look at her stuff now, and she's back to free plain value. So what we do is we underflow it yet again. Put on the fiber gear, and unequip the shoes. That'll give us 37. That's what we need. So we do it again. Down to slot 56. Okay, and we give it to Amy again. So that's all the Nay items we need to beat the game at this point. Alright. There's one more thing we have to do. We have to get a Storm Gear, which is really important for Nay and Amy to do damage at the beginning of the game. So how we do that, we just equip the Nay Crown and unequip the Carbon Suit, and that'll give us 60. We do the same thing down to slot 56. Give it to Amy. Perfect. Okay, but now we need to give another one to Nay. So what we do is we do a duplication. It's very simple. Select somebody, either Rolf or Rudo, because if you do the duplication glitch on a person that has an actual inventory, it actually eats up the top item in their inventory. So it would get rid of your Moondew or whatever. So just go to Rudo, go to the next on the second page, and then press B and C at the same time. Select give, and give it to Nay, and that'll give a Storm Gear. The way duping works is it uses the last item that was selected, and when you put it over the next, it acts like that's the item that you're selecting, if you press B and C at the same time. So for example, if I wanted to dupe a Moondew, I'd select the Moondew, go down to Rudo, select next, press B and C at the same time, and give it to Amy, and there we go. There's another Moondew, no problem. Okay, so that's the big glitch. That gives you all your Nay items, and it gives you Storm Gear, and that sets you up for pretty much the rest of the game. But we have to do one more thing before we leave here. We have to equip Nay with her 2 ceramic bars. And then we have to equip Rudo with some stuff, because we want him to live, because he's basically an insurance policy against instantly dying against bad encounters. I mean, there's still a chance you're going to die, but whatever. So what we do is we select the Nay armor. This is very similar to duplicating stuff. So we select it, Nay doesn't want it, whatever. We go down to Rudo, and we see his glitched inventory. We do the exact same thing we did for duping. We press B and C at the same time, and that allows him to equip the item. Right? And then again, we go back, select the Nay shot, go to Rudo, go down one, because if you press B and C at the top one again, it'll just unequip the Nay armor. Go down one, and do it again, and now he has the Nay shot. So he's pretty much set up for the rest of the game as well. And that's all we need to do in regards to inventory glitching for items. And now we just get to leave. So we have everything we need to get to at least the jet scooter. But we do need to get a little bit of XP, because we use the level values to get the rest of the damn cards so we can beat Mota and then go to Diza. Alright, so at this first battle, you just want to have the order set to Amy and Nay using the Storm Gear. Storm Gear casts Zan, I think, and that hits everybody for 30 damage. About. We just blow through the fights. So Amy, like Nay, is pretty much invulnerable to physical attacks at this point. The skipping dialogue trick where you press all the buttons, you do that for leveling up as well. And once you're doing a lot of glitch levels with Nay on Dizo or whatever, you're going to need to do it to go through it quickly. Alright, this is actually quite a rough encounter, because these guys, they can do an all-target fixed damage attack. We'll see how she goes. Rudo will probably be able to survive. It's okay if Rolf dies, we don't need him to be alive until Dizo anyways. Okay, when you're doing these, make sure you're paying attention to the levels. You want Nay to get level 5, level 6, and level 7. There's a backup strategy if she misses one, but sometimes it could be time consuming. Okay. So just use the key tube here, and we can continue on to the southern part of the continent here. So there's some encounters here that are pretty bad. You can get, can't remember what they're called. It's been a while. But they're the guys you encounter in the second dungeon in the game. And they're really big pains in the ass, because they do have fixed damage attacks. So Nay's level 4. Just make sure you're paying attention the entire time. Very, very important. Okay, now Nay's level 5. So what we need to do is go into Rolf's glitch inventory and go down to slot 36, which is her level. So we'll do that right now. Give it to Nay. So we get the green card, which lets us go into the green dam and finish the green dam, etc. But what it also does is it sets Nay's level to 0. You see that right there? But what this means is she's technically level 0, but she still has experience points to get to level 5. So in the next battle, she will automatically level up to level 5 again, gaining stats, hit points, tick points, and all that good shit. But the good thing about this is it allows us to like superpower our characters really quickly, which we need to do for Dark Force. It's interestingly enough, even if they're dead, they'll still get the level ups. Oops. Okay, so this is the fight I was talking about. This is probably going to be a death, unless I can run away. Okay. That's just bad luck. So we'll fight this battle again. Let's speed through this shit. So we have to get level 5 again and all that stuff, but whatever. We've already talked about that. So yeah, if you get a blaster fight, you're pretty much screwed. Alright, I'm gonna make sure I'm on top of what level Nay is, so level 4. So yeah. So Nay levels up quite quickly, so if you get an encounter that's worth a lot of experience points, she'll probably skip over some levels. Which is fine, because we can use Amy as a backup. I think Amy was a bit low on health, so we're just gonna heal her up with Res. Okay, this encounter is gonna be probably worth too much experience points, so Nay's probably gonna level up past 5. Or not, she's just gonna die. Okay. Okay, so Amy is level 4 now, I think. Yeah, okay, cool. So all we need to do here is, like I said earlier, about the duping, just select the Moon Dew, go to Rudo, hit the next, DNC on top of it, hit use, resurrect Nay. Very simple. You can also use Moon Dews to heal, so we're just going to heal up Amy here. Alright, so Nay's level 5. Do what we did before, just go into Rolf's inventory and down to slot 36, which is down 20 from slot 16, which I'm selecting right now. Okay. Give it to Nay, and we can continue on our way. We'll save up here in case we get a pet counter. Alright, Pinchants are actually pretty dangerous too, because they do a lot of damage and it's fixed. Only when it's their red attack though. Okay, so I know Nay's level 6 simply because of the auditory cues there. So when you get rid of Nay's level and you're trying to determine what level hers is rather, just look at who's leveling up and make sure you figure out how many chimes there were before they stop leveling up. So Nay's level 6, at least she should be, yeah. And that's how we get the blue card. No, it's not the blue card, it's the yellow card. No, blue card. I can't remember. I lost count there. If you lose count, just restart again. It's not a big deal. Okay, give it to Nay. Level up a lot there. Yeah. So, we overshot the yellow card with Nay, but that's fine. Because we can still have Amy, who can do that at level 7. And her XP is a lot more, her level ups are a lot more, far and in between. So, we got a lot of leeway to work with. We only need to get the yellow card by the time we actually go to Yellow Dam, which is decently far away. We have to do the first 2 dams, and that's a lot of overworld travel. So there's plenty of opportunity to gain experience points. Alright, this might be too much XP. The SLUGMESSes give you a lot of XP, because they can duplicate themselves. Luckily, this is kind of mitigated by the fact we do all attacks, and when they do duplicate, they duplicate their XP, or their hit points as well. So it's pretty simple, nothing can hurt you pretty much. You get a lot of experience points. So, I think Amy is level 6. Okay. We're actually pretty close to yellow card anyways. Additionally, if you want to be extra safe, you can get the yellow card right off the bat by taking Amy's agility stat right at the beginning of the game. When we're doing all of the glitched inventory stuff. It's a bit overkill, but whatever works, right? Alright, so Amy's level 7 now, and we can get the yellow card. So go to Rudo and down to slot 36. Okay, so Nay can't carry it. That's perfectly fine, because we haven't used the escape pipe yet. So we'll just give it to Amy, and just try to remember that you gave it to Amy if that's the case. Oh, also, here's another safety strat. Because Nay's leveled up so much, she's got a decent amount of hit points. So all you have to do is just use another Moondew on her. And she'll get like 90 something hit points or something. Yeah, so yeah, you're pretty much safe for the rest of the dungeon and pretty much all of Mota if you do that. Like I said earlier, even though we don't really need XP anymore, it's best to fight most of the battles because running away is impossible. And while our characters are overpowered, they're still a fairly low level. So running away is not usually guaranteed. Only exceptions are when you get low-level encounters like fire ants and stuff in the first area. So I could speed through this dungeon, but I'm just going to go through slowly. So if you watch this, you know the directions to take. I mean, I'm a little bit iffy on the dams, I'll be honest right now, but the rest of it's pretty simple. Let's speed through this battle because it's going to take forever. Alright, let's see what Nay's level is right now. So she's level 14 now. That means you can actually start doing glitching her out. But I tend to wait until we Dezo at this point because it's a little bit faster because you get more XP and you're not having to go in the inventory every 3 seconds. And you really don't need Nay to be super big if you're going to use the strat which I'm going to use, which is taking away Rudo's level to give him a boost before we fight Dark Force and Mother Brain. Those guys are decently easy to run from, so if you encounter them and you don't want to fight, just run away. So although the pulsars look like blasters, they're not really a big threat. Okay. So we have to talk to this motor guy right here. He's the one you need to talk to, and then we can exit. Use the escapipe, and you get the jet scooter. Very simple. Go into the red dam. Additionally, if Rudo's died, and you want a little bit of extra damage in case you get a fight like this where it's going really slow, just do that, because the nade shot does fixed damage. It's like 100 or something like that. Just do that. Because Rudo's dead, we don't actually, we can't use him to actually use it. Just use Give instead. And give it to Amy or Nay and have them use it. Now we'll fight this counter again. See that miss. And Rudo just kills in one shot. Saves a little bit of time overall. Okay. So these are the dams. Normally you'd be fighting a shit ton of machine encounters here. However, because we didn't initiate the Nay first fight and Rolf being an outlaw and stuff like that, the robots aren't initiated, because I think it's kind of some kind of failsafe, because you can come in here before you finish all that stuff, and the robots would just simply wreck you. So that's good. So all the rest of the dungeons in the game don't have any monsters in them. So all you have to concentrate on is getting your way through them. And it's a little bit of a maze, but there's only one way to go. That's correct. So once you learn it, it's pretty simple. Like I said, I'll just go through it nice and slow. Show you the right way to go, in case you don't want to look at maps or whatever. But like I said, once you get used to it, it's just very much second nature. I've been meaning to do one for a while, so the opportunity presented itself, and I took care of it. And I took it, I guess. Not took care of it. Okay, so we're near the end of the dam here. All we gotta do is go up to the console and use the red card again. At this point, just escapipe out. And then after the red dam, you have to use the other teleport. You don't have to do anything Paseo, just leave by the eastern exit, by the house. The reason we use the telepipe is it actually moves the jet scooter as well, and it moves it really, really close to the green dam. And it's a little bit quicker than going south from the red dam. Because, as you'll find out later, Moda is actually a Pangea-like planet, so it's all just one big continent. And if you go south or you go north, you're just going to end up in the other dam. This is what we do when we finish off the yellow dam. If we go all the way to the west, we'll just end up in the blue dam. So like I said, it's hard to run, but if you get the really shitty beginning fights, you can run from them. So just do that instead of fighting. It's a little bit of a time saver, and if you do get into a fight, it's not that big of a deal. Alright, so green card yet again. You know what? I'm just gonna give Nay the yellow card. The layout for this dungeon, it seems pretty complex, but it's by far the easiest one to navigate. That's pretty much it for the hard navigation, because the rest of it is just following the outer perimeter here. I mean, normally when you're doing this, this dungeon sucks a lot because the hardest monsters are here, and there is a lot of walking, like this whole segment here, just sped up. That's about what, 100, 120 steps, something like that. So there's lots of encounters, but since we don't have any encounters, easy peasy, right? Make sure you take the very, very bottom one, because that's the one that leads to the console. Alright, just use the green card here again, and the escapade. Well, there's two choices you have here. You can either go to the east and do the blue dam first, and then do the yellow dam, or you can go to the west and do the yellow dam. I prefer going west. I think it's a bit shorter, but it's really in the eye of the beholder, I suppose. Get no easy encounters for whatever reason. Alright. The yellow dam's a bit confusing, but it's not too bad once you figure it out. Just ignore all the teleporters at the start, and go to the one on the very, very far east side of it. So this is the top floor. It's essentially just 3 big spirals, and you want to get into the middle one. To do that, we have to go all the way to the east, and then go about the perimeter there. So yeah, it's pretty simple. Just follow the rest of the thing through. You end up in the room with the card. Really simple. So, like I said earlier, just head to the west after you've done that. And you'll end up right in the mouth of the next dam. Grabbed by the mosquitoes, nice. Let's fight this one out. Hey, pterodactyl. Okay, so the blue dam is easily the most complicated one. I'm probably gonna get lost in this one. But, like I said, you just have to memorize the layouts. It's also the longest dam. Takes about 3 minutes to get through it. And save for a while, so I'm just gonna do that right now. So you want to fall down the middle hole here. In addition, you do want to pick up the Snow Crown. Its on-use effect is casting Deban, and unlike other games, it's just a flat 50% damage reduction. Very, very useful, especially if you get unlucky with Amy's spells later on. Okay, so we're really close to the end here. Just hug this right wall and head up. And drop down the pit. That sets you up right in front of the console pretty much. And use the blue card. and you automatically get into the boss fight. It's important to note that before you get in this boss fight, you have to have somebody who has more than 20 hit points. If you don't have somebody who has more than 20 hit points, you'll just die in Gallia. I think that's what the prison's called. Because you do have to go over some damage squares. And there's no way to heal because you can't use your TP or anything like that. I just don't think you can. Anyways, so for Army Eye, the best way to get through this fight, because you can't actually win it, is to simply run. You have an extremely, extremely small chance of actually succeeding at running away. And if you do that, you can't beat the game. But like I said, it's really, really small chance. Like, you have to have some kind of frame advance to do it. So like I said, you have to go over damage squares here. And again, because there wasn't any event triggered for robots, you don't fight anything with it. Nice. There's only one small skip here. If you go underneath that by the wall, you don't hit the damage squares, which saves a little bit of time, because every damage square you get the little sound effect, and 5 damage per square? No, it's 1 damage per square, but 20 hit points is a good mark to be around to actually survive. So you can go to the top of that console instead of going down to the bottom. Like I said, going through dialogue, press all the buttons. Things get a little bit weird here. You get the intro cutscene yet again. The cutscenes, rather, with Rolf and Nang. Because we haven't done the recorder part. This really isn't a big deal because we did trigger the event, so we can go to Dizo. One thing it does do, however, is boot everybody else in your party. So we just have to go back and get Rudo back and all that. Just alternate A and B there. Do the same for Amy. And reorganize and get them back in the party. Very simple. Now we can't go to Dizo, just hit up to the roof. And go to Dizo. Okay, so here I'm going to do a couple things. It's really beneficial to have Rolf alive because it saves a little bit of time when you're glitching out Nay's level, because you don't have to constantly give his things to other people before throwing them out. You can just toss them right off the bat. So it's important to change the order to Nay, Amy, Rudo, and then Rolf, because then he'll at least have a decent chance of surviving most of the fights. We've already done all the equipping, so we're pretty much good at that point. See what everybody's stats are like. So yeah, pretty much set. Because we had to get our party members back, we do have to change a couple things. Make sure Nay is using the storm gear again. Same with Amy. So the fights here take a decently long amount of time. I mean, luckily we have Rudo with the Nay shot, so it speeds things up a little bit. Alright. So Nay's level 17. So once you hit level 14 and above, you start getting away from plot items, and you actually get consumables. So I think that's a monomate, I'm not entirely sure, we'll find out in just a sec. So go down to slot 36, which is the level, toss, it should be a monomate, right? And then we can just toss that, and that's fine. In addition, we can do the same thing with Amy, go down to slot 36. Alright. So you can't carry more items. However, once we do a glitch where we get rid of Rudo's level, then we can start giving ABWX items. So now just toss it to Amy or whatever. That's fine. Typically you want to glitch Rudo's level when he's about level 10. There's a small time saver I actually discovered really recently. If you're going into one of these square areas, you can actually approach them from the right. I don't know why, but that's just the case. See, just from the right. Really odd not to get very many encounters there. Must be getting really lucky. Again from the right. What's the speed through the battle? There we go. So Nae's gonna level up 17 times, plus a little bit for actually leveling up. So that's why we have to make sure we go through it quickly. Okay, so level's Rudo now. Alright, so we're gonna wait till he's level 10 before we glitch out his stuff. Alright. Make sure you remember to actually glitch out Nae's stuff. Oops, we're over 10. We're over 20 round. Alright. What is this? Primate? Yeah, we don't need that. What you want to get is a Star Mist. Really, really beneficial to get that. It goes Trimate, Antidote, and then Star Mist, Moondew, I'm pretty sure. It's been a bit though, so. This is actually really good luck as far as encounters go. Alright, so Rudo leveled up, so we'll glitch out his inventory in just a second. Alright, so guess not. No level up for Nae. Okay. So this next one is probably the hardest for going down in the glitched menu. What we need to do is go into Rolf's inventory, and although the stuff that's immediately below this, like below his name values, is all Nae's stat. If we go down even further, we can go into Rudo's stats and even a little bit into Amy's stats. But what we want to do is go into Rudo's stats. Alright, one sec. Just gotta look up this real quick. Alright. So what we need to do is go down to slot 100. So that's from slot 16, which I'm at right now, that's down 84. So you have to keep up your concentration for a decent amount of time. What I tend to do when I'm doing these, I forgot to mention this, is I actually close my eyes. If that helps you do it, if you'd rather have your eyes open, that's fine too, whatever. But you have to be able to concentrate and get the exact number. Because if you get a wrong number, like, I'll do that right now, actually, let's see. You go down to 19 or something. And you try to use it, you'll just get a null value. Null values do nothing but take up space in inventory, and it's really important that we have a decent amount of inventory so we can have star miss or whatever for the final battles. Okay, anyway, so we have to go into Rolf's inventory down to 16 and then down 84 from here. So I'm going to try and do that right now. Hopefully I don't screw up too bad. Alright, let's see if that worked. Oh, cool. So you'll use at level 10 you'll get the recorder, and that's exactly what you need. So because we took out Rudo's value and Nay's value, it actually opened up a slot in ABWX's value, or inventory there. So we can just give the bonus plot items over to him now. So now Rudo, Amy, and Nay are going to level up a lot. Luckily, we only need to do this to Rudo one time. If you want to be safe, you can do it again, but there's no real need to do it. Yeah, so it's Trimate Antidote Star Mist. Alright, so I had really weird luck when it came to doing this planet. So I'm just going to level up a little bit more fights. Hopefully I can get Star Mist out of the deal, because you can still do the fights if you miss the Star Mist by making sure that Amy has Nasar. But it's generally just a better idea to get the Star Mist. Okay. I think I should get it now. Okay, so the one after Mara Leaf there is actually the Plasma Ring, so you can't do anything because it says you can't let go of that item. So essentially, you can't do a level glitch if somebody's level 12. Every other level is fine though. Okay, so the only reason I was able to get through there was because Rolf was alive. If Rolf's dead, just use the Moondew. Very simple. That's in fact the reason we get the Moondew at the very start of the game. Hey, Deban. So normally at this part you pick up the prism and then you go into all the palaces to get all the May items. However, since we already glitched them all, just go and talk to Noah again. Go through this, and you can hear this is the auditory glitch that's in pretty much every version of the game. Just unpause, unpause, pause, unpause, and grab the Nasar and talk to Noah, and we'll stop. Very simple. First of all, you want to hit no, so you get healed up, and then you can go into this. So again, like the rest of the dungeons, there's no encounters. It's merely a practice and memorizing where you're supposed to go. Alright. Alright, so up here we have the box, it's Pandora's box, so we've got Dark Force inside. For a little bit of prep, you can see what text Amy's has, just look at that. Usually that's not going to be correct. You're probably only going to be able to select up to Sac or Nasar here. But since she doesn't have any heal items, it's pretty simple. Do some more duping. And see how she has these scalpel and all that stuff? We don't need that anymore. In fact, we don't even need the ceramic crowns, or the ceramic knives, because we're just going to they're going to still be equipped even if they disappear. So what we do is we go into her next, and then give it to Amy. You can see that'll get rid of the top item. So the carbon suit's there, give it to Amy, carbon suit's gone. So just do that until she has 5-star mists in total. Actually 4 will do in this case, and then give one, use Rudo and give one to, another one to May. They'll have you covered for most of the fight. So let's look at everybody's stats. Rudo should have like 200 hit points, that's good. Good stuff. Alright, May's agility, because I underflowed to get the Visiphone earlier, it's kind of low now. So she's going to attack either before, a little bit before Rudo or just after him. Is no good. Amy, however, has a decent amount of agility, so just go ahead and toss the Snow Crown over to Amy. Alright, you Snow Crown. So normally if you do this and you don't want to use the Visiphone, May will be the fastest, so just have her use it instead. It's just quite simple. So like I said, hey, what's up GM? This guy is probably the biggest problem when it comes to runs, so just use your Visiphone here. It's all kind of messed up. Anyways. So now we're gonna do Dark Force. Save up here. He's the hardest fight in the game. So what you want to have Amy do is, let's look through her stuff. So she does actually have Deban, so I didn't need to give her the Snow Crown. Let's see where her techs are. So like I said, it's all messed up. Oh, she does have Nasar though, which is pretty good. If you select a null value, tech, you'll crash the game. So don't do that. Under any circumstance, don't fucking do that. So anyways, let's just have her use Deban. And then switch Nay over to attack enemies, because even when she only has about 400 hit points, she'll still have like 200, 300 attack, which is about 60 damage in attack to Dark Force. So the major mechanic here is he turns your party members evil, and it gives you a selection of 6 random curses. 3 are major, and 3 are minor. The major curses completely debilitate your characters. Like, you'll be able to do absolutely nothing with them. The minor ones, like the one Rolf just got, reduce agility, inability to use techs, and fights less furiously, which is simply the normal effect of a curse, which is you can only have 1 attack per round, even if you're dual wielding. So you do want Amy attacking here as well, because Dark Force has such low defense. It does a little bit more damage than if she's using a Storm here. I think she does 20 damage a hit. So just have her use her daggers. It's fine. So 2 minor curses are really good. Let's see what Rudo gets here. Okay, so that's a major curse. Every once in a while, this is completely random, and it's not affected by how many Nay Swords you have, or anything like that. You can actually get rid of the Nay Sword by using the glitch, and it'll still proc. It's just a game mechanic. So if there's a curse on somebody, you have a chance of the Nay Sword to proc, and it'll clear all the curses. Sometimes this is good, sometimes this is bad, but you just have to be aware it will happen eventually. Generally, Dark Force curses people with the lowest agility first. So it's gonna go Rolf, Nay, Rudo, Amy, generally, in this case. And that's his only attack, which is an all-party attack, fixed damage. Okay, so Nay got a major curse there. It's pretty much all up to Amy to heal. So once Rudo gets into double digits and you want to be safe, just do a heal. It's pretty simple stuff. So Amy had Nasar, right? Just use that. A lot of procs. So that's another major curse. I think they're crushed by despair, greedy, and tries to run away. So. Okay, so again. Okay, so we have 3 major curses, so I can do absolutely nothing until I get an ace sword proc. This is why this guy is so hard, because then he'll just spam this attack. I don't have reverse, so if somebody dies, I can't do much about it except use the 1 or 2 moondews I have left. I'm gonna play it safe here. Just gonna have Amy heal up. I guess I'll mention the various ways you can do all heals. If you get completely unlucky and you just want to finish the game, you don't have Nasar, you don't have Star Mists, but you do have some moondews, simply have Nay use Nasar on herself, and then resurrect her the next turn. Takes a lot longer, but it'll get the job done. Okay, so Rudo's good to go, but he can't actually have any healing items. So we have to hope that Nay and Amy get out of their curses pretty quickly here. Because once everybody's cursed, you'll spam that attack until you can curse again. So we pretty much have 0 chance of winning. Unless Nay gets an EYESORE proc really soon here. And I don't think that's going to be happening. So yeah, we're pretty much screwed. Alrighty. So that's why, you know, you get the Visiphone in case you're scared. Because he can't end the run just like he did that. So that's pretty much the basics for Dark Force. I mean, you do have to get lucky and whatnot. Sometimes you have good fights, sometimes you have bad fights. Really not a big deal. Okay. Did I not, yeah, I guess I must have not duped anything yet. So we'll just do that right now. Like I said, 4 is usually good enough. Alright, and then the last one, just do it on Rudo again, and stay. So, you can, like, level up Nay some more or whatever, if you want to be safer. If you want, I don't know, generally, you're gonna get sub 1, you have to do the riskier strats, which is what I'm showing here. But you do have to get lucky with Rudo accuracy and whatnot. I think Rudo has about 80% chance to hit, and that's just game mechanics. There's nothing you can do about that unless you can find a way to raise his dexterity. But at this point, there's not much, so much you can do about it. Okay, so we'll give this another shot. Hopefully we get a little bit luckier. We had a lot of EYESORE procs at the beginning, which was a little bit out of character. So we'll see how she goes. So remember to make Amy or Nay do Snow Crown or Deban or whatever the first turn, because that really does help out. And make sure that Nay's attacking. So I guess I'll explain a little bit of the history of the run here. Usually, we started out with just power leveling Nea a lot, because she levels up about the rate like 2.5 times faster than everybody else, and she can come up with stats that are just amazing. Like, you can get her up to thousands of attacks, stuff like that, within like an hour and a half, something. I remember my first run of this, she had like a hex value in front of her hit points, had like 1600 hit points, stuff like that. I mean, it was really cool. She was extremely powerful and stuff like that, but in the end of the day, it just wasn't really that much faster than having Rudo get a false level from going through Rolf's inventory, because he always does a fixed 120, and that allows you to not have to level up Ney so much. In addition, it gives him a lot of survivability on the Mother Brain fight, which speeds that up, and that's how this route came about. And it's always fun to do a Mega Ney run, like, just get her really high and then watch her one-shot Dark Force and stuff like that, but as far as speedrunning goes, this is probably the best route for the time being, I guess. So even if Amy gets, yeah, so we got, Rudo has a major curse, which is going to slow things down a bit. Rolf is still alive, which is quite amazing, to be honest with you. So hopefully we can, he'll always absorb the first curse, which is good, and then it'll go to the characters that matter. So it's nice to have him alive for a little bit at least. Of course, there he dies, you know, this is usually what happens when you start talking about it. Alright, it's not really double digits for Rudo quite yet, but I'm just going to play it safe, and I'm going to have Amy heal here. At the end of the day, if at least Ney or Amy has a minor curse on them, you should be able to win the fight. Okay, so we got 2 major curses. Let's see. Ugh, so 3 major curses yet again. I'm gonna say this right now, this is not very typical. Just seems I have no luck. No Nasar proc. This is the last turn, pretty much, that I have a chance. She doesn't get an next turn. Really screwed. Actually, I might be able to survive. Let's see. No. Okay. So we're just gonna rewind a bit here and hope we get better curses. So like I said, it's really not typical for everybody to get major cursed. But it just seems I don't have much luck in that matter today. So like I said, Nasar procs sometimes are good, sometimes they're bad. like when you get the triple bad curse, the triple major curse, that's when you want it to proc. If you have 3 minor curses, you do not want it to proc. Oh shit. Alright. I'm gonna do a safety heal here. Okay, good. This is very manageable. As long as, like I said, oh my god. But every time it seems that I get some Nasar or some curses that I can actually manage with, it seems to keep proccing. This is this is some of the worst luck I've had in this fight. Alright. There we go. As far as encounters go, you can see why he's obviously the #1 run killer. Mother Brain, by comparison, is much, much easier. She follows a very simple pattern. Just note, you don't have to have everybody level up there. If you're fine with everybody's levels, just don't do the glitch. It'll save a little bit of time scrolling through all the level up dialogue. Okay, so we're just going to use a star mist. Oops. Have Rudo use it. Now give everybody the full hit points, and we're ready for Mother Brain. So the correct order here, I think, is no. Is it yes? Yeah, okay. Oops. Alright, so what you want to do here is the first one, you want to hit A, and the second one, or C, and the second one you want to hit B. And that'll get you into the fight. So same shenanigans as last time. Make sure you have Deban up. Which apparently Amy still has, which is nice. So the only one who does real damage here is Rudo. And that's just the simple fact. Nay is doing, right now with her attacks, about 20 damage. Amy does about 7 per attack. I don't know why I kept on fighting there. Okay, so what you want to have Amy do is defend for most of her turns. But since we skipped a turn there, okay, so her thing messed up. So we have to use a Star Mist, rather. And then, yeah, we're fine. It's still beneficial to have Nay attack. But Amy you want to have defending until she has to heal. This fight depends on entirely one thing, and that's how many times Rudo hits. If you get 100% accuracy, you're having a great fight. If he's missing every other turn, it's going to take a while. You probably won't have enough Star Mist to outlast her. I forgot to mention this. The topic of Star Mists, you need as many as 7 and as little as 4. It depends on how many times she uses her Nova attack. She has 2 attacks. One's a multi-target Nova, which she'll use most of the time, and the other time she'll use a single target attack, which everybody but Rudo is immune to. So that's good. Okay, so like I said, have Amy defend. Nay can still attack because 20 damage does add up over time, but it really depends on Rudo. You want to heal when Rudo is about double digits yet again. So next turn, I'd heal. Unfortunately, after you use the Star Mist, you do have to go back and manually change Amy back to defend. If you're really desperate for damage, you can switch her up to using the Stormgear. I'll do that as well. Stormgear has a pretty decently long animation, so it's really debatable whether that's better than just plain defending. Like I said before, it does depend on how often Rudo hits. Everybody's missing. You're going down pretty soon here, I think. Had pretty good luck as far as accuracy is going and Nova usage. There we go. Alright, so I guess we'll talk about the timing of the game. You can, I don't know if you want, stop it after Mother Brain, but I'd say standard timing is from game start to entering the ending cutscene. So you have to mash your way through all the dialogues. Okay. I forgot, I didn't actually test this before I started. I can't remember what the fastest dialogue here is. It's not a big deal though. Okay, let's double check here. Okay. Alright, let's see what this dialogue is. I got it in my PB, but I can't remember what it was. Yeah, so it's the correct sequence there is B, B, or no, it's, yeah, it's BB, isn't it? BA, there you go. Yeah, okay, so it's BBA, or BBC rather. And there you go. That's the quickest dialogue. It saves like 2 seconds. It doesn't really matter. Depends on how fast you are with your fingers. That's pretty much all there is to this game. It's not very complex. You just have to kind of get used to it. So there we go. Honestly, you don't need much in way of notes for this game. You watch the video, you kind of get used to it. You don't need notes. The only notes you might need at the very beginning are what you need to equip Amy with to create the May items. So I'm gonna post that on my Pastebin and put it in the comments or whatever for this video. And that's all you need pretty much. But if you do have any other questions or whatever, feel free to get a hold of me. Do it on Twitch messaging, SDA forums, whatever, I don't care. And I'll be happy to answer your questions. I've done it 100 times. Lots of people have questions about this game, so no problem at all. But yeah, so that's pretty much the tutorial. I hope I covered everything. I might not have, and if I don't, I'll put it on the comments in YouTube or something for clarification.